Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Thai ebook before it's gone.
Sawadika, ดิฉันปรารถนาค่ะ Welcome to ThaiPod101.com's ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn the Thai alphabet. ตัวอักษรไทย Over the next 25 lessons, you'll learn everything there is about the reading and writing of the Thai language. By the end, you'll be able to read Thai menu items, communicate online, and make your way through Thailand easier. Learning to read and write Thai will also help you to speak Thai better. Are you ready? Then let's go! The Thai alphabet is made up of 44 consonants. That might seem like a lot to you now, but if you just learn a few at a time, you'll see that they're not difficult to master. Thai is read from left to right just like English. The letters of the Thai alphabet are grouped into 3 consonant classes: low, middle, and high. In this lesson, we'll learn 2 low-class consonants. Each Thai consonant has a name made up of 2 parts. The first part of the name is the sound that the letter makes as the initial sound of a syllable. The last part of the name is some word that contains that letter. These names make it easier to remember the letters. In addition to the consonants, the Thai script has 32 vowels. That sounds like a lot, but most of them are pairs of long and short vowels. So it's not as hard as you think. The Thai vowels have to be written and attached to a consonant. They can appear above, below, in front, behind, or all around a consonant. Thai has 5 different tones. Tone means how high or low the pitch of a sound is. The 5 tones are mid, low, falling, high, and rising. Or if we use the sound ga as an example, the 5 tones are ga, 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 ga. If you make the wrong tone, you won't be easily understood. Thai script has 4 different tone symbols, which helps to indicate different tones in writing, but they don't automatically tell you which tone a syllable is. The consonant class, length of the vowel, and type of ending sound also factor in. If that sounds like a lot to keep track of, don't worry. We'll tackle each tone rule one by one so you won't feel overwhelmed. Okay, are you ready to learn your first Thai consonant? Let's begin. Let's start with the letter Ma. Remember how I said each letter has 2 parts to its name? The first part of Ma is mo because it makes a sound just like the letter M. And ma is a word that means horse. Most Thai letters start with a small circle which we call the head of the letter. The head of Ma is written clockwise, and the rest of the letter is written with one continuous line. If you want an easy way to remember the shape of this letter, think of a coffee mug with a broken handle. The head on the top and the loop on the bottom are where the handle used to be attached. This will help you to remember that Ma has the head and loop on the same side. And of course, Ma and mug both start with the same sound. Now it's time to take up your pencils. We're going to practice writing. Find some paper and follow along. Okay, here we go. Start with the head, go down and make a loop, go to the right, and then back up. See how easy that was? Now you're going to learn your second consonant. The next consonant is Nonu. It makes a sound just like the letter N. Do you know what animal Nonu is named after? Nu means rat in Thai. I bet you're thinking that Nonu looks very similar to Ma. Well, you're right. The only difference between the shape of these 2 letters is Nonu has the loop on the right side instead of the left side. That's why I said you should remember a mug for Ma that has a broken handle on the left side. Nonu is handwritten like this. The head is drawn clockwise, and the loop is in the lower right corner. Now you know 2 Thai consonants, but we need to learn some vowels before we can start making words. Remember that the Thai alphabet is entirely consonants. Vowels are a separate group of symbols that orbit around the consonants. The Thai word for vowel is sara. Each vowel's name is made up of the word sara plus the sound that the vowel makes. The first vowel that we'll learn is sara a. It is written to the right of a consonant, but a lot of other vowels will be found in different positions. Vowels can be long or short. In this case, sara a is a long vowel that makes the sound a, like the A in father. Sara a is very easy to write. Just draw a slightly curved line and then drop straight down. It looks a little like a cane or walking stick. If you think of the sentence, my father walks with a cane, it will help you remember the shape of sara a. You will never see sara a written just by itself like this. It always has to follow a consonant. Let's use the consonants we learned to demonstrate. Mō mā followed by sara a is the word ma. This is a verb meaning to come. Let's practice writing it together. Mō mā, sara a, ma. Now let's try a new word. This time we'll start with nō nū. Nō nū followed by sara a makes na. This is the word for rice field. Let's write it together. Nō nū, sara a, na. Many Thai consonants have different sounds at the beginning and end of syllables, but these two consonants, mō mā and nō nū, don't change their sound. So you can make another word very easily just by adding another nō nū to the end of na. Now you have the word nān, which means a long time. Let's write it now. Nō nū, sara a, nō nū, nān. Wow, you've already learned how to write 3 words in Thai. See, it's not that hard after all. Now it's time for Prathana's points. Practice writing these letters and words until it becomes second nature. Keep a notebook and write the letters many times while saying their names out loud. That way, the shape of the letter, the sound it makes, and the letter's name will sink deep into your memory. Did you notice that all the words you learned today are pronounced with a mid-tone? It's not just random. There's a rule for it. And in the next ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy lesson, you'll learn your first rule for reading tones in Thai. See you there. สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ ดิฉันปรารถนาค่ะ Welcome to thaipod101.com's ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn the Thai alphabet. ตัวอักษรไทย In the last lesson, we learned 2 Thai consonants and 1 vowel. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we are going to learn 3 more consonants and your first tone rule. Ready to start? Then let's go! The 3 consonants that you are going to learn are all low-class consonants. The first one is ngō ngū. It makes the sound ng, just like the ng at the end of the word sing. This sound is not difficult for English speakers. You just have to get used to making the sound ng at the beginning of words too. Ngō ngū is also named after an animal. Can you guess which one? Ngū means snake. You can remember the shape of this letter easily. Just think of a snake with its body bent. Get out your pen and paper and let's practice writing it together. Start with the head, drop down, then veer up at an angle. It's easy, right? The next consonant you'll learn is yō yak. As the initial sound of a syllable, it makes the sound y, just like the letter Y in yes. As the final sound of a syllable, it adds the sound e that blends with the vowel. just like the Y at the end of the words say and boy. And if you're wondering about the name of Yö Yak, the word yak means a giant. Yö Yak is distinctive because it's the only Thai letter with two bumps on one side, like this. Let's write Yö Yak together. The head goes counterclockwise. We make two bumps and then come back to the top at a right angle. Time for our last consonant. This one is called vowel wan. It makes the sound w, just like the W in water. But when it is the final consonant in a syllable, it blends with the vowel to add a slight O sound. The name of vowel wan comes from the word wan, which means ring. Let's write vowel wan together. Start with the head at the bottom and curl to the left. We've now learned 5 consonants plus the long vowel sound sara-a, which we can use to make words. Every syllable in Thai has one of 5 tones: mid, low, falling, high, or rising. You can always figure out the tone of a syllable by how it is spelled. The first thing to know is the class of the consonant. All the consonants we've learned so far are low class. The next thing to know is if the syllable ending is live or dead. A live ending is one that makes it possible to keep resonating the sound. Syllables that end in long vowels are live. Do you remember the word for rice field? It was na. This is a live syllable because if I wanted to, I could extend the length of the word and say na. As long as I don't run out of breath, the sound goes on forever, so it is a live ending. The 5 consonant sounds we've learned are the only ones that can end a syllable and make the ending live. For example, you can keep making the sounds or for as long as you like, but you could not do it with t or sh. So now that we know what a live sound is, we can learn our first tone rule, which is low class initial consonant plus live ending equals mid-tone. A mid-tone is pronounced at a flat pitch in the middle of your regular vocal range. Na is an example of a mid-tone syllable. Na. Now let's use the tone rule to make some words. Ngöงูสระอา นอหนู makes ngàn. Ngàn means work. The sound of นอหนู makes it a live syllable, so it is mid-tone. Ngàn. Okay, try to write it. งองู สระอา นอหนู งาน The next word is ยาว which means long. We write ยาว with ยอยักษ์ สระอา วอแหวน ยอยักษ์ is a low class consonant to start a syllable, and วอแหวน at the end makes it a live syllable, so it's also mid-tone. ยาว Your turn to write it. ยอยักษ์ สระอา วอแหวน ยาว The last word is นาย which means boss. We write นาย with นอหนู สระอา ยอยักษ์. Again, it is mid-tone because it has an initial low-class consonant and has a live ending. Okay, one more for you to write. นอหนู สระอา ยอยักษ์ นาย Now it's time for Pratana's points. Thai doesn't have a V sound like the letter V in Valentine, so Thai speakers use the letter wawan in foreign words that contain the letter V. A lot of newer Thai words are loan words from English, while much of the Thai-based vocabulary consists of words that come from Indian languages such as Sanskrit and Pali. Do you know how to say good in Thai? In the next ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy lesson, you'll learn how to say it and how to write it too. See you there. สวัสดีค่ะ
If you want to learn more words so you can speak and understand even more of your target language, there is a super simple way to do this. In fact, it's so simple that most people don't even think of it because it doesn't involve language apps, YouTube videos, or your computer. I'm talking about writing things out by hand. How to learn words and phrases by writing them out. And in this guide, you'll discover 1. Why writing words out helps you pick up languages faster, 2. How to use our free PDF workbooks to practice writing, and much more. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. You probably already know that one of the best ways to master a language is through actually using it and practicing it. And that's where writing things out comes in, because you're using the language when you write it down. And on top of that, the physical act of writing helps your brain remember the words much better than seeing them on screen or typing them out. Now, handwriting may feel slow, but by taking it slow, you actually speed up your learning and master the language faster because you engage more of your brain in the process. So, how can you do this? You can apply this trick to any resource that you're using right now by simply copying out the words and phrases that you come across. The more you write them out, the better they'll stick. With our learning system, you can 1. Practice with our free PDF writing workbooks and worksheets. All members get free access to our PDF writing workbooks and worksheets, which are based on common topics like the alphabet, common nouns, adjectives, greetings, and much more. Inside, you learn the most common words and phrases for that topic, and you get plenty of space to practice writing the words out. And in the last section of the workbook, you'll get tested on the words. You'll see the translations of the words, so you'll have to try and remember the meaning in the target language and write it in. 2. Practice writing with the free Word of the Day emails. Every day, we send you a new word to your email inbox. You get the audio pronunciation, sample sentence, and a picture to help it stick. But you can also just as easily write that word down and do that daily every time the emails come in. And now you have a simple language routine going that you can stick with. Now, if you want to learn a little more than just words, you can 3. Practice writing out the conversations from our lessons. So, if you want to master entire conversations in your target language, you can also copy out the conversations from our audio and video lessons by hand. And this will help you master words, phrases, and grammar rules all at once, since you're not just writing out words, but actual lines. Just scroll down to the dialogue section of a lesson to see the conversation. So, if you want to get access to these learning tools and our learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.
สวัสดีค่ะ ดิฉันปรารถนาค่ะ Welcome to ThaiPod101.com's ตัวอักษรไทย made easy, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn the Thai alphabet. ตัวอักษรไทย In the last lesson, we learned 3 low-class consonants, งองู ยอยักษ์ and วอแหวน Do you remember how to write them? In this lesson, you are going to learn a few middle-class consonants plus a new vowel. Ready to start? Then let's go! The first new consonant for this lesson is กอไก่ Gai means chicken. This letter actually looks a little bit like a chicken's head with its beak pointing to the left. The sound of กอไก่ as the initial consonant of a syllable is ก. It is very similar to a hard G or an unaspirated K. Do you remember the live syllable endings from the last lesson? Well, กอไก่ makes a dead syllable ending instead. We can call the ending sound made by กอไก่ a K stop because all you do is stop the sound by closing off the passage of air at the back of your throat. It is like trying to say a k sound but without letting any air come out of your mouth. กอไก่ is one of only two Thai consonants that doesn't have a head. To write it, just start on the lower left, go up, and make a sharp hook, then come down on the right side. Another middle-class consonant is ดอเด็ก Dek means child. As the initial consonant of a syllable, ดอเด็ก makes the sound d, just like the letter D in diamond. ดอเด็ก also makes a dead sound when it's the final consonant. We can call this sound a T-stop because you stop the sound by closing off the air in your mouth by touching your tongue near your teeth. It is like you're trying to make a T sound without releasing any air. You can remember the shape of ดอเด็ก by thinking that the bottom is pointed like a diamond. We write ดอเด็ก with a clockwise head in the center. The line continues to make a point, and the line bends around to the right side. The third consonant you'll learn today is บอใบไม้ ใบไม้ means leaf. As the initial consonant of a syllable, บอใบไม้ makes the sound b, like the B in bucket. You can also think about the shape of บอใบไม้ as a bucket, which might help you remember its sound. We can call its ending sound P-stop because we shut off the flow of air by closing our lips. Try making a p sound without opening your lips. That's what the syllable ending sound of บอใบไม้ is like. บอใบไม้ is very easy to write. It's just like มอม้า or นอหนู without a loop at the bottom. Start with a clockwise head and then add 3 straight lines. That's it. Congratulations! You now know all of the final consonant sounds in Thai. I know what you're thinking. Don't we have a lot more letters to learn? We do, but all of the remaining consonants share one of the final sounds that you've already learned. So, no more new complicated final sounds. Do you remember the first tone rule we learned? It was low-class initial consonant plus live ending equals mid-tone. One example was the word นาน The next tone rule is very similar, so it will be easy to remember. It is middle-class initial consonant plus live ending equals mid-tone. Let's try using the middle-class consonants we learned to make some words with this rule. But first, I want to show you one new vowel. This is สระอี It is a long vowel that makes the sound E, like the double E in green. สระอี is written above a consonant. For example, here's the wordดี which means good. We write the consonant ดอเด็ก first, and then put สระอี on top. D is mid-tone because it has a middle-class consonant with a long vowel, which gives a live ending. When writing สระอี you should start on the right side and draw a line to the left, then make a curved line above that goes back to the right, then a short vertical line. Now let's write another word. Start with กอไก่ and add สระอา Together that makes กา which means crow. Ga also has a middle-class consonant with a long vowel, so that's mid-tone. Now you try to write it. กอไก่ สระอา กา Here's one more word. Can you read it? It's บาน which means to bloom. Ban is also mid-tone. Why? Well, it has an initial middle-class consonant and a live ending. Let's write บาน together. บอใบไม้ สระอา นอหนู บาน Now it's time for Prathana's points. Practice recognizing Thai consonants and vowels by reading through the vocabulary lists and conversation transcripts on thaipod101.com. You won't recognize every letter just yet, but it's great practice for the ones you do know, and you can start to get familiar with the shapes of the rest. Do you know the Thai word for washing clothes? You'll learn how to read it while adding a new tone in the next ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy lesson. See you there. สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ ดิฉันปรารถนาค่ะ Welcome to thaipod101.com's ตัวอักษรไทย made easy the fastest easiest and most fun way to learn the Thai alphabet ตัวอักษรไทย In the last lesson you learned the consonants กอไก่ดอเด็ก and บอใบไม้ Do you remember how to write them? In this lesson you're going to learn 2 more consonants plus some short vowels. Ready to start? Then let's go! The first consonant in this lesson is ชอช้าง Do you recognize the name of this letter? ช้าง means elephant. This is a low-class consonant. As the initial sound of a syllable, it makes a sh sound. When it's the final sound of a syllable, ชอช้าง makes a T stop just like ดอเด็ก. This means any syllable that ends in ชอช้าง will be a dead syllable. ชอช้าง may take some practice to write well, so let's try together. Start with a clockwise height, then add a small curve and line going down similar to a question mark. Then the line goes to the right and back up. When it gets to the top, you add a little tail that sticks out to the upper right. The other letter that we're going to learn looks very similar to ชอช้าง This is another low-class consonant. It's called ซอโซ่ The word โซ่ means chain. ซอโซ่ makes an s sound like the S in sun when it's the initial sound of a syllable. And when it's the final sound of a syllable, it also makes a T stop, which is a dead sound. Can you spot the difference between these 2 letters? That's right, ซอโซ่ just has a small indentation at the top. Let's practice writing ซอโซ่ Follow along with your pen and paper. We've previously learned 2 long vowels. Do you remember them? They were สระอา and สระอี Now we're going to learn the short versions of these vowels. This is สระอะ It makes the sound a, which is similar to the a in hat. สระอะ is written as 2 small curls after a consonant. For example, we can write นอหนู and สระอะ to make นะ which is a particle used at the end of many sentences. Okay, your turn to write it. สระอะ One more word with this vowel and a trick to watch out for. How do you think you would write the word มัน which means it? Did you guess something like this? Actually, สระอะ is only written this way when it comes at the end of a syllable. When this vowel comes in the middle of a syllable, like in มัน we need to write สระอะ differently. In that case, we draw just one curl above and between the initial and final consonants. We have a special name for this symbol. It's called ไม้หันอากาศ Let's practice writing มันมอม้า ไม้หันอากาศ นอหนู มัน The other short vowel is สระอี It makes the sound e like the y in happy. สระอี goes above a consonant, just like the long vowel สระอี The only difference is สระอี doesn't have a vertical line. Okay, now you write it. สระอี Now that we know some short vowels, we can add a new tone rule. This rule will be about syllables with dead endings. A dead syllable occurs when it ends with a short vowel or one of the stopping sounds of K, T, and P. So the tone rule for this lesson is low-class initial consonant plus dead ending with a short vowel equals high tone. The same pattern with a long vowel is different, so be careful. One example that we already had was นะ It has an initial low-class consonant and it has a dead syllable consisting of a short vowel. So it is high tone. นะ High tone starts at a high pitch and rises very slightly. นะ How about the word นิด which means tiny? It is also high tone because it has an initial low-class consonant, has a dead ending, and the vowel is short. Now you write it. นอหนู สระอี ดอเด็ก นิด We learned 2 new consonants in this lesson. Let's do a quick quiz to see if you can tell them apart. Here are two words. One says chat, which means clearly. The other says sak, which means to wash clothes. Can you tell which is which? Sak is the one on the top and chat is on the bottom. Did you get them right? Now it's time for Prathana's points. Say the name of each consonant, vowel, and other symbols as you practice writing words in Thai. If you get used to doing this, it will help to understand the answer whenever you ask somebody how a word is spelled. In the next ตัวอักษรไทย Made Easy lesson, you'll learn how to write a very important Thai word. See you there. สวัสดีค่ะ
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Thai ebook before it's gone.